Welcome to The Explainer, where we break down big topics using the data behind the headlines. So today, we're diving into a story that's frankly pretty wild, the incredible comeback of an industry that, just a few short years ago, was completely dead in the water. Let's start with a number. 19 million. Just let that sink in for a second. That's the record number of Americans expected to hop on a cruise ship this year alone. That's up a solid 4.5% over last year. So the big question is, how? How did an industry that was basically adrift come roaring back, not just to where it was, but bigger and stronger than ever before? Okay, so first up, let's really dig into how massive this comeback has been. We're talking from a complete shutdown to totally sold out. And this chart, wow, it tells the whole story. What's staggering isn't just the rebound, it's the speed of it. Look at this. By 2022, they were already almost back to pre-pandemic levels. But then, boom, they blew past the old 2019 record in 2023, and they're on track to do it again this year. That makes 3 record-breaking years in a row. Absolutely incredible. And listen, this isn't happening in a bubble. The folks at AAA are pointing out that cruising is growing faster than other parts of the travel world, like hotels. So it's not just that people are traveling again, they're actively choosing to get on a ship. So what's the secret sauce here? Well, it really is a perfect storm, isn't it? You've got all this pent-up demand from people who were stuck at home, then you have inflation making everything else more expensive, and suddenly an all-inclusive cruise starts to look like a really, really good deal. The cruise lines saw this, focused hard on the North American market, and, well, the record profits speak for themselves. Okay, but here's where the story gets really interesting. The biggest twist isn't just that cruises are back, it's who is getting on board. The entire face of cruising is changing right before our eyes. Just look at this. The biggest group of people booking cruises right now, it's folks between 25 and 44 years old. They make up nearly half of all passengers. The classic stereotype, the 55 and over crowd, they're now just about a quarter of the market. That is a massive shift. In this right here just perfectly sums up that change. The old idea of cruising, retirees on slow-paced trips, is out the window. The new reality, it's younger travelers, it's families, and they're looking for high-energy fun and things to do that get your heart pumping. And, of course, the industry is adapting on the fly. We're seeing more of these shorter, action-packed trips and ships loaded with amenities designed specifically to appeal to this younger, more active generation of cruisers. All right, so if the passengers are changing, what does that mean for the actual cruise experience? Let's take a look at the ships, the destinations, the whole shebang. First off, where is everybody heading? Well, no surprise here, the Caribbean is still king. I mean, a whopping 72% of American cruisers are headed for those sunny beaches. It's close, it's beautiful, it's a winning combo. Way, way behind, you've got the glaciers of Alaska and the historic ports of the Mediterranean. And you can see some really clear trends shaping what these trips look like. First, the ships are getting gigantic. Think floating mega resorts like the Icon and Star of the Seas. Second, the trips are getting shorter. Those quick getaways have exploded in popularity, making up 18% of Caribbean trips now, which is a huge jump from just 2% back in 2023. Third, the cruise lines are pouring a ton of cash into their own private islands to create these exclusive experiences. And finally, there's even a push for sustainability, with new ships being built to run on greener fuels like methanol. So where's the command center for this whole global boom? Get this, it's not just in the US, it's all in one state. The 3 busiest cruise ports in the entire world are all in Florida: Port Miami, Port Canaveral, and Port Everglades. That's the heart of the whole industry right there. Okay, so let's bring this back to you. With 19 million people setting sail this year, the ships and ports are gonna be packed. So what does this boom mean if you're planning a trip? Well, to make sure you have a great time, the experts at AAA have some pretty solid advice. First, book everything, and I mean everything early, because the popular stuff sells out fast. Arrive a day before you sail to avoid any stress from travel delays. Download the ship's app. It's basically your remote control for the whole trip. Pack smart to avoid overpaying for basics on board. And finally, if you love your trip, book your next one while you're still on the ship to snag the best deals. A little planning really does go a long way. So, here's the bottom line. The takeaway is crystal clear. The cruise industry didn't just bounce back. It's been totally reborn. It's bigger, it's younger, and it's changing faster than we've ever seen. And all of this incredible growth, it leaves us with one huge question on the horizon. As this seemingly unsinkable industry charts its course with millions more passengers and these ever larger ships, it faces its next great challenge. Can this incredible, record-breaking growth truly be sustainable?